Chapter 65 Medicinal God Han Li. Han Li lay reclined on the chair that Dr. Mo often sat on, and in his hand, he held a book that read Eternal Spring Arts Incantation on the leather cover. The contents were indeed from one of the volumes of the Eternal Spring Arts Incantation. He read it with keen interest, engrossed by its contents. Dr. Mo often held this book in his hands, reading it countless times without growing sick of it. This abnormal situation used to puzzle Han Li. But today, he found out the reason behind Dr. Mo's strange action, which helped him understand that the doctor had not been looking for some method to maintaining his health, but rather he was trying to hardest to comprehend the Eternal Spring Arts Incantation. Dr. Mo had been unwilling to give up on his own inability to cultivate magic power. Instead of placing his complete faith in Yu Jitong's promises regarding spiritual roots, Mo Juran had continued to persist in his attempts to understand the Eternal Spring Arts. Han Li discovered this secret volume in a secret compartment along with several other items. The book not only contained the first 6 layers of the chant he had cultivated but also another 2 layers that he has never seen before. This unexpected discovery caused Han Li to feel greatly excited. Once Han Li knew that he was cultivating a legendary technique that could call the wind and summon the rain, his thirst for cultivation grew. After all, who doesn't want to be an immortal deity? When the sun was precisely in the middle of the sky, warm rays shone down through the broad skylight and landed on Han Li, who was reading comfortably, causing him to squint his eyes into thin cracks. Han Li slightly lifted up his head to look at the skylight and felt that it was slightly dazzling. He conveniently used the open book to cover his face and block the shining light of the sun. Once he felt the blackness in front of his eyes, his heart felt more comfortable as he once again silently committed the 7th layer of the chant to memory. He recently discovered that due to his continued use of medicinal assistance, he was about to reach a breakthrough in the Eternal Spring Arts into the 7th layer. The earlier he understood the next few layers, the more beneficial it would be for him when he broke through the bottleneck. More than half-year passed since the day Dr. Mo tried to forcibly seize his body. 2 days after the event, in order to cover up Dr. Mo's death, Han Li personally wrote a letter imitating Dr. Mo's handwriting saying that he wanted to return to his hometown to visit his family. Using Dr. Mo's name, he passed on this letter to one of the sect's senior disciples. Within the letter, he shamelessly used Dr. Mo's tone of voice, claiming that Han Li had succeeded all of Dr. Mo's medicinal expertise, and that he could substitute him in seeing and treating patients while Dr. Mo was on his long journey. The fake Dr. Mo was unsure of when he would be back, and so in the letter, he also requested the help of several sect members to temporarily look after his duties until he returned to the 7 Mystery Sect. After handing in the letter, several sect elders clearly did not show any hints of doubt since Dr. Mo often left the mountain for months on end in order to gather herbs. In addition, Dr. Mo had a respected position within the 7 Mystery Sect and was venerated for saving Patriarch Wang's life, so he was free to do as he liked. But several sect elders expressed differing opinions concerning the letter's content about how Han Li had succeeded all of Dr. Mo's medicinal expertise, half believing it while the other half doubted the validity of the letter. Although most of his patients were sect disciples with small cases of fevers, knife wounds, and the like, Dr. Mo's main responsibility was to treat the division heads, elders, and other high-ranking figures. The majority of the other disciples had to find one of the other few doctors on the mountaintop for treatment. Thus, at first, several senior members did not immediately allow Han Li to take up Dr. Mo's responsibilities. They first made Han Li treat some disciples in order to test his abilities. Han Li was not the least bit bothered by other people's doubts regarding his medicinal abilities, and he carried an indifferent attitude for all those he treated. The only reason he proposed to take up Dr. Mo's job was because he fancied the God Hand Valley and its decent medicinal garden. If he could continue to stay within the mountain valley and let everyone in the mountain valley fall under his control, he would be able to freely use his secret jade bottle in the mountain valley to speed up the growth of rare herbs without fear of other people discovering his secret. Also, even though this small mountain valley was currently inhabited by one person, If Dr. Mo did not come back after a period of time, the division heads or elders might take back the valley on a whim. As a result, in order to demonstrate his medicinal prowess, Han Li expended large amounts of energy to treat the throngs of disciples who came to look for aid and secretly used the rare herbs whose growth he increased every day. Thus, his medicinal knowledge coupled with his magnanimous use of rare and precious herbs caused those who came to receive medical treatment to believe his ability to create miracles after eating medicine that immediately cured their ailments. As he predicted, word of his medical ability that was claimed to be able to bring back the dead spread like a loud thunderclap on a clear day, rapidly causing a sensation throughout the whole Seven Mystery sect. Everyone on the mountain knew that within their ranks existed a young, talented medicinal god. This medicinal god's abilities were so profound that they were unmeasurable. Under his rescue and medical attention, regardless of whether it was external injuries, internal injuries, or any other miscellaneous or deadly injuries, the most he needed 3 days to return a patient to full health. Compared to Dr. Mo's medicinal abilities, Han Li's prowess seemed to soar with great success. In reality, Han Li's medicinal abilities were more lacking than Dr. Mo's, except Dr. Mo would have never squandered so many precious herbs, so he was far surpassed by Han Li when measuring the length of recovery. Han Li once again helped a seriously injured disciple recover back to full health in a few days. Seeing Han Li's feats, the high-ranking figures could not sit any longer. Barely 1 day passed before they sent someone to invite him over. This time, the person who wanted to meet him was unexpectedly someone he had met before. It was the sect leader Ma, who Han Li had met at Bone Refining Cliff. This sect leader Ma had clearly long forgotten Han Li, a nondescript unofficial disciple. Thus, when he met Han Li, he clearly expressed his wish to allow Han Li to take over Dr. Mo's job. Furthermore, Han Li could enjoy all of Dr. Mo's benefits. Of course, Dr. Mo's venerated position could not be given to him yet because Han Li was still too young. At 17 years old, Han Li could not cause others to worship him. But then again, his official monthly salary depended on his position. In the end, sect leader Ma even expressed how if there are anything Han Li was dissatisfied with, he could bring it up and they would take care of it accordingly.